You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Today we're going to be taking a look at the coconut economy in the city of Lagos. And one agency saddled with that responsibility to change the economic fortunes of Lagos is the Lagos State Coconut Development Authority, LASCODA. And so today we're going to be speaking with the General Manager, Mr. Oladapo Olakuleyin, the GM, LASCODA, on the City of Lagos TV show. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
What is the mandate, the vision and mission statement of LASCODA?
Lagos State Coconut Development Authority, as an agency of Lagos State government, has the mandate of promoting the production, processing, utilization, and commercialization of coconut value chain, both for export and local markets. That shows that the major mission of the authority is to promote sustainable coconut production, utilization, and commercialization in Lagos State in no ramification. The vision is to evolve a subsector within agric and food value chain system that will have a feasible, achievable goals and benefits that is capable of competing favorably with other coconut-driven economies of the world. That is, our vision is to ensure that coconut gets to the level whereby it will contribute meaningfully to the economy of Lagos State as we have it in Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, like other economies of the world, where coconut is playing major role in shaping the economy of those countries. So ultimately, you can find Lagos State coconut development activities in the pillar of making Lagos a 21st century economy under the Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. LASCODA has never had it good like this. In 2020, the governor directed the release of 114,000 coconut seedlings to farmers across the state. And that is massive when you are talking of the rehabilitation effort, the belt that I told you about. And we are also selling the coconut seedlings to farmers at subsidized price, 50%, courtesy of Mr. Governor.
Since you came on board as the general manager, what has been the major significant achievements?
There has been so many achievements. In terms of production, coconut is peculiar in terms of gestation period. With the technology now, the minimum is 3 years. Lagos State is producing more than 200,000 coconut seedlings annually. We have a lot of youths that are producing coconut seedling. Now, I can tell you, as of now, Lagos is a net exporter of coconut seedling to other states of the Federation. Last year alone, that we have on record, we supplied more than 30,000 coconut seedling to Akwa Ibom State government, to farmers in Nasarawa, either directly by LASCODA or by outgrower. Prior to the inception of this administration, the estimated number of coconut that we have in Lagos is close to 2 million. Since the inception of this administration, we have increased the number of coconut trees that we have in Lagos State from 2 million to 3 million. And we have trained a lot of people how to invest in coconut plantation. So when you go to Epe, we have some investors, private farmers, that have taken to coconut plantation. Private is as a result of our intervention.
From research through the byproduct of coconut, the arts and crafts industry has a promising future. Can you tell us about LASCODA's efforts in this area?
Since 2019 to date, LASCODA has trained 1,262 individuals, which cut across the gender age group, the youth, women, retiree, and others, in coconut art and craft, majorly in the realm of waste to wealth. Basically, after the production, coconut shell, they throw it away. This pen holder, bed lamp, we have turned them to money. So we have built the capacity of so many youths. There are some youths that what they are doing as major source of income is production of these items. You cannot do this without employing people. There are a lot of employment opportunities have been generated along this value chain. Also, this is briquette, which is coconut charcoal. The environmentalists are in love with this because when you are talking this waste into charcoal, that shows that if you concentrate attention on this, we are going to reduce the use of wood charcoal, which will help the forest. And we are talking of the climate change. So we are pushing this as a chain, and we have trained a lot of people in the production of charcoal from coconut waste. Now, talking about this again, when you are talking of commercialization, one of the major challenges youth that we have trained have, which this may be opportunity to tell those people that have money, the investors. These products are elite products. These are things that the Western world, they appreciate mostly. So we are looking for collectors, those people that we invest in collecting these unique items from our youth and sell it to European markets and American market. This is money. We have done a lot in terms of that. Then in terms of processing too, we've trained a lot of people how to produce coconut oil, and we have the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations have come in, and they want to invest in coconut value chain in Lagos State. Already, we have done the analysis, value chain analysis, and in the next few weeks, we're going to do the validation of that report, which will give the direction of what the project component will be. So it's going to be a standalone project, which will target unleashing the potential of coconut value chain, which the international bodies are already showing interest. We have the FAO, UNIDO, and other international bodies because of the value that this administration have put into the coconut value chain. The selling point for bread in Lagos now is buy coconut bread, buy butter bread. It's as a result of effort. We had an initiative we would call a coconut bread. So that we use this initiative to encourage the bakeries across the state to include coconut in the baking. Without legislation, you have coconut bread of different brands. But now, you see it everywhere.
A lot of investors might just be interested. What is the plantation landmark of the coconut farm in Lagos for you to be able to sustain this for decades to come?
Lagos, when you are talking of land, is limited in Lagos State. But the interesting part of it is that where you can plant coconut, other crops cannot survive. Coastline of Lagos State is 180 kilometers. Let's remove 50 kilometers from that coastline, give it to jetties and other infrastructure development. We still have 135 kilometers of coastline. That 135 kilometers by law and by nature, 1 kilometer setback from the ocean. It is only coconut that you can plant there. So when you are talking of that, you are talking of more than 10,000 hectares of land. We call that place grey wall because it naturally shields vagaries of ocean from the land. Some of the challenges we have in coastal erosion, ocean surge, and the rest is as a result of the collapse of that wall, which has been collapsing from the 60s because we are not paying much attention to it. Now, we have a renewed attention on it. That's why we are having the FAO come in. So we want to rebuild that wall. And when we want to rebuild it, you are talking of millions of coconut trees. That alone can support coconut industry. But beyond that, in Lagos State, we have across the riverine, Ojo, Badagry, Apapa, and Muwodofi. The only vegetation in those islands is coconut. You are talking about 38,000 hectares of land, which development cannot catch up with in the next 100 years. So investors, if they are ready, the land is available, but not what we see here. You need to cross the lagoon. I will give you a sample. Singapore has one of the largest coconut plantations in the world. But if you travel to Singapore, on the street, you won't see anything. So it's across the water.
There are certain snacks, edibles, that can also be manufactured through coconut. Are you also delving into expanding consumables?
Coconut has a lot of health benefits, but you will get this health benefit if you consume it. If you don't consume it, because it's not friendly to snack it, how will you get the health benefit? And that's why attention is being paid to the other edible aspect of coconut. Majorly, what we take from coconut before last quarter intervention is just coconut oil. But as of now, we have processors that are producing coconut flour, coconut flakes, coconut chips, and other edibles. On our register, we have more than 12,000 people that are into different edible coconut products at different scales, small, medium, and relatively large scale. Lascoda is not into direct production. We are not to compete with the processors, the producers. We are to create an enabling environment for them, to give them the opportunity. The more we have people into that space doing economic activities, the more we are helping Lagos State. Coconut at itself is also technology driven. The more you deploy technology, the more you get best out of coconut. We have a lot of demand for coconut products. For example, coconut water. In Lagos State now, out of that 12,000 processors that I told you about, we have just like 5 that are producing coconut water for ShopRite. We also have the problem of marketing, and that's why we're there. A lot of people still see coconut product as elite products. Like the coconut flour, people still see, it's for the rich. We're still trying to break that barrier for coconut value chain. Then, when talking about funding, the value chain actors are still facing that challenge, because as of now, coconut is not captured as one of the national crop. And development banks, the Agri-Bank, Industrial Development, they have not yet captured that value chain as one of the value chain that should be funded. We are doing a lot. Lagos State is doing a lot in order to get it to that level, whereby it will be captured, so that the value chain actors in coconut value chain will also get facilities that are below 10% interest rate. So we are working on that. Another challenge, generally, we have the COVID-19 effect, what is going on in Ukraine now. The price per liter of coconut oil now is more than 100% higher than the price of the crude oil. But the cost of production of it, the cost of processing has increased too. Because to process it, you need other inputs that are not agricultural. Is another major challenge.
On a final note, what is your word of assurance, encouragement to local and international interested investors, other stakeholders, and to Lagosians in general?
When you look at the agri roadmap that Mr. Governor launched, sometimes in 2021, coconut is prominently mentioned in that roadmap. And the objective of Lagos State government is to ensure that Lagos State contributes significantly to put Nigeria in the map of the first 10 coconut producing countries in the world within the next 5 years. In 2018-2019, Nigeria ranks 19th. As of now, we have moved to 18th. And I know by the time we're having the report of 2021, Nigeria will last. It's as a result of the contribution of Lagos State. And if you look at the World Atlas, it's an international magazine. It says that demand for coconut products worldwide increased by 500% in the last decade. And there's projection that it will increase by 600% in the next 5 years. The implication is that any investor that can see far will know that there is money in coconut for now and in future. The potential investors, Lagos State is ready to give you a enabling environment. Lagosians, once you have a space within your compound, very little space, just 1.5 meters from the wall, you can put a coconut plant there. If in a street we have 30 coconut trees, you have turned that street to a coconut economy.
Mr. Oladapo Olakuleyin, the GM Lascoda on the City of Lagos TV show. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.